Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, welcome back to the channel, guys. So as you can tell by the title of this video and what is sat here behind me, we have this absolute stunning Series 1 Escort RS Turbo. So I want to say a massive shout out to Jason at JW Autoshines, as usual, for letting me take this beast out for a spin today. Before we get into what power and stuff this car is running, let's just go around the outside and admire this thing. So coming on over to the engine, where the heart of this car is, it is running basically two settings. Let's say we've got high boost and low boost. So obviously these cars come out of the factory running roughly around about 130, 133 horsepower. And on low boost, this is producing 150 horsepower. On high boost, it's 230. And that is a lot of power for a car like this. Just on the way here, we had a cheeky blip up in high boost and it just wanted to put me in a hedge. And the reason that we have so much power going on in here is because it is whole fully forged bottom end, Wassenaar pistons, steel rods and a stage 2 head. Down here you can see that we have a stage 2 T3 turbocharger that has 360 thrust bearings that cut back blades, which is giving it some nice fluttery noises, and when it comes on boost, we know about it. Right, so that is enough of talking about that engine. Let's go jump inside this car and take it for a drive. It's an absolute amazing day out today, so it's perfect for a car like this. So, starting off the drive, we're gonna keep it in low boost mode for now, just so that we can get used to the car and it's a bit more civilized until we get on some nice straight roads. Then I guess we can put it in high boost mode. Right, so first impressions on driving this car. Obviously, I haven't driven an old car in a while, so it's just taking me back straight away, because obviously my first car was a Mark III Fiesta, which is not too far off of the age of this car. So obviously, the steering, there is no power steering at all, obviously like the Fiesta had back in the day. So when it comes to turning this at a standstill, it is insanely hard. But in my opinion, when you're at speed and going for a cruise and stuff, I think having no power steering is actually better, because obviously you feel the road. Unlike cars nowadays that all have the power steering and electric steering and stuff like that, you don't actually get a feel for the road. And in a car like this, where it wants to put you in a hedge and stuff like that, you actually want to feel what you're steering. So that even though I have a seat cover on my seat, these seats are so comfortable. Obviously the Recaro wingback seats, they feel like they're just hugging you. And obviously you kind of need that when this comes on boost. You want to feel like you're proper in the seat. So as you're going at about 3.5, 4,000 RPM and the turbo starts to spool up, the noises that it makes is just incredible. Let's just put one in there now. So if we just get a quick second gear pull in low boost mode. It's quite mad at how much excitement and fun you get out of low boost. God knows what high boost is going to be like. Obviously, I'm quite disappointed that I don't actually have a GoPro to film with. I've just had to set mine off. So there's going to be no sticking the camera on the outside of the car and getting the best noises and stuff like that. But I'm sure we can do that again in the future when my new GoPro arrives. Yeah, just driving this car around town, it is incredibly civilized, but you still have the middle-aged people that still appreciate this car. You can tell by the looks on their faces as we're driving past. They're like, really appreciate these cars. That they used to obviously have one when they were younger, and now it's just such a classic and rare, expensive car to have. But the one thing I don't understand about certain people that own these cars is the people that store them, don't put any miles on them, keep them all immaculate and stuff in the garage. Like, I don't understand that. Why have a car and not use it? Like, yes, I understand, like, don't drive it every day as a daily, but at least take it out every weekend and stuff like that. Because if you leave this in the garage for a year and, what, 5 to 10 years because you want to keep its value of the car, you're basically, it's like not your missus so that she's fresh for the next person. I don't understand it. So obviously, looking at the speedo of this car, obviously the mileage count is saying 24,000 miles, but Jason did say that obviously it has clocked round, so it has done 124,000 miles, which for a car of this age I don't think is a lot, to be honest, because obviously if I go to compare it against my ST, that's an 07 plate and that's done 95,000 miles, so it's not that much more. But obviously, as long as the car has been well looked after and stuff like that, I don't think mileage really matters. But right, we're now gonna go onto a nice open road, put this in high boost mode to see what that actually feels like, and I'm sure it is going to terrify me. And what's quite mad for me is, obviously I've known Jason, the owner of this car, for a good 15 years or so now. He had one of these back in the day when I was yay big with my dad, and he was driving around in Fiesta RS turbos and stuff like that. And to now look at it as in, I was seeing them driving the cars, obviously blasting it out the dual carriageway and all that sort of stuff, and to now actually be sat in one of his cars and driving it myself, it's incredible. Tell why they were told not to make Escorts ever again. Like, it just wants to put you in a hedge. Driving this car down all these back roads feels like a bit of a workout. High boost, second gear pull. Actually made my heart go a little bit, not gonna lie. It's not until you drive something like this that you don't understand old school power, where it's so raw and it actually, you can feel it. It's not like all the new cars where all the technology and the steering and this, that and the other, you don't feel the road. With this, you feel everything, every bump, all the torque in your arms, it's just locking you in, and it just feels incredible. Taxi for Mr. Reynolds. You just can't beat old school power. It's just so raw. It just, if you don't have an old Ford like this, you just wouldn't understand. And I recommend everyone at some point, if you get the opportunity, needs to try something like this, because it's... I can't believe I let you have a go today. Yeah, I know. Oh, thank you so much for letting me take this out. Comment down below which was your favourite part of the video, or what car you want to see on the channel soon, and I will try my best to make sure that happens for you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video.